Alright, we're going to play a game of PC Replay Baseball. We're in the 1986 season and we're going to play opening day for the New York Mets, Dwight Gooden against Rick Russell. So just jump right in and we'll take the Mets today. Mets won this game in real life 4-2. We got Rick Russell on the mound. Lenny Dykstra leads it off. And here we go. There's a 35 and an out in column 6. Short fly to left, 1 out. Brings up Wally Backman. And there's a 9, and that's a ground out. Grounded a third, 2 out, nobody on. Keith Hernandez, 2 outs in the first. And there's a 34 in column 3, and that's a double to left for Keith Hernandez. So a 2-out double will bring up Gary Carter. And that against the right is a 16, and a 4 is a 20, and a deep fly to right, and Rick Russell gets out of the inning. That would have been a hit against the left-hand pitcher, because that's a split number in his 6th column. So Dwight Gooden takes the mound for his first start of the 1986 season. R.J. Reynolds will lead it off, and he will strike out, 1 out. So Gooden gets his first strikeout of 1986, and it brings up Joe Orsulak. And that's a 32 in column 6. That's popped up to third. Hojo puts it away. 2 out, nobody on. And Johnny Ray comes to the plate. There's an 18 column 2. Fly to left. And an easy inning for Dwight Gooden. So we'll go top 2. No score. Russell is going to pitch to Darryl Strawberry. And now we're going to get it's a shaded column 2, number 6. So we're going to get a new Rays number. Steve Kemp in left is a 3. So the new number is going to have to be either a 1 or a 2 for it to be an out. So that's from 11 to 35. So anything 36 or over is going to be a hit. And it's 14, and it's an out. And it's going to bring up George Foster. And he's going to fly to left. He was a disappointment for the Mets in 1986. 23, column 5, there's a walk. So Hojo's on with 2 outs. He's got speed, but he's not going in. We're going to get an action chart. Roll, and it's a 9. It's a possible wild pitch on Russell. He's a 2. So he's going to have to be over a 2 for a wild pitch, and it is. It's a 3. So Howard Johnson gets the second with 2 out. Rafael Santana is going to have a chance to get a clutch hit. And that's a 38 in column 1. It's grounded a third, and that's going to end the second. So we're going to go bottom 2, scoreless. Gooden back on the mound, and Sid Bream will be up. And there's a 17 and a deep fly to left. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Steve Kemp will bat, and that's a walk. And it's also going to be a stolen base attempt because there's an asterisk next to the 5. So he's going to try and steal. The pitcher-catcher battery of Carter and Gooden produces a 33. So anything over a 33 is going to be a steal. Under 33, he has to hold. And it's over 33, so that's a stolen base right there for Kemp. He gets into scoring position. Runner on second, 1 out. Tony Pena. And that's a 4. That's a ground ball. It's short. And he holds because the ball was hit to the left side. So runner on second, 2 out for Jim Morrison. And there's a possible error on Rafael Santana. It's a 12 in column 4. His error rating is a 45, so it has to be over a 45 to be an error. And it is. It's a 51. That's a 1 base error. So Rafael Santana gives the Pirates an extra out. First and third, 2 out for Sam Khalifa. And that's a 43. And again, since he's facing a righty, they're both righties, that's an out. If there was lefty-righty, it would have been a hit. So Gooden gets out of it. And we're going to go top 3. Gooden leads it off. He was not a good hitter, and he strikes out here. 1 out. He only batted .086 that year. And that brings up Lenny Dykstra back to the top of the order. And there's a 21 and a possible hit. We're going to roll on the umpire chart. Column 20 for a 21 roll. 2 to 5 is safe. 1 to 6 is out. And it's a 6. So they get Dykstra on a close play at first. Umpire calls him out. 2 out, nobody on. Wally Backman. And we got a 43 ground ball pitcher to first. And the Mets are gone in the third. We go bottom three. Rick Russell going to lead it off. He was a 157 hitter. And that's going to be a 21. And another possible hit. This is another umpire roll. 2-5 is going to be an infield hit for Rick Russell. And he gets it. Rick Russell with the infield hit. He hit a little dribbler. Didn't make good contact, but Howard Johnson couldn't throw him out. Runner on first, nobody out for R.J. Reynolds. Yeah, he was a 2-bunter, so he's going to try and sacrifice. 1 is best, so he's a 2-bunter. Pretty good bunter. But they get the lead runner. So the bunt is not successful. They were able to get the lead runner at second. Runner on first, 1 out for Joe Orsulak. And that's a 5 in column 3. Short fly to left. 2 out. 2 out, runner on first for Johnny Ray. We got a pitcher's duel here early. And there's a 36 column 1. Grounded to third. And we go to the fourth scoreless. First game of the year for the Mets. And first start of the year for Dwight Gooden. Rick Russell pitching to Keith Hernandez. And there's a deep fly to right. Caught by Reynolds. 1 out, nobody on. Gary Carter. Struck him out. 5 in column 1. 2 out. 2 out, nobody on for Straw. Looking for his first homer of the year. But he's not going to get it here. That's a grounder short to first. Khalifa to Bream. And we go bottom 4 scoreless. It's going to be Gooden and Sid Bream. And that's a deep fly ball that is caught and left by Foster. 1 out, nobody on. Brings up Kemp. He got on and stole a base last time up, but here he's going to ground the third. 2 out. A lot of action for Johnson at third so far. And Tony Pena will bat. And that's a 5 in column 3. That's a short fly to left and an easy inning for Dwight Gooden. We're going to go top 5. George Foster will lead it off. And that's a 30 in column 2. It's a grounder right back to Russell. 1 out. Nobody on for Howard Johnson. And there's a 39 in column 6. That's a strikeout. 2 out, nobody on for Rafael Santana. And that's it's a shaded column 3, so we're going to get a new number. He's going to need it to be at least a 4 to be a base hit. So that's going to start at number 36. 36 and higher. And it's a 42. Base hit. So Santana keeps the inning going with a single. And that's going to bring up Gooden. 2 outs, not much else we can do but swing the bat. And he is going to be a strikeout victim to end the inning. So we're going to go bottom 5, scoreless. Good pitcher's duel. Jim Morrison in the bottom of the order leading it off. And that's a 44 column 2. Pitcher the first. Gooden to Hernandez. 1 out, nobody on. Brings up Sam Khalifa. There's a 57 column 2 looping line drive to left, and he makes the catch. His raised number was his defensive rating was higher than the raised number, so he was able to make the catch. 2 out, nobody on for Rick Russell. And there's a 48 in column 5, fly out to center, and we are through 5 scoreless in this quick moving game. Going to go top 6. Mets are going to have top of the order. Dykstra leading off against Russell. Trying to get something going, but that's just a ground ball. Right to first baseman Sid Bream. 1 out. Nobody on. Wally Backman going to try and get something going. Batting lefty against the righty Russell. And that's a possible error on Jim Morrison. So let's see what his error rating is. Oh, only a 24, so he must have made a decent amount of errors. Anything over 24 will be an error. And there it is, 34 and an error. Backman reaches. Runner on first for Keith Hernandez. Thought about hit and running, but I let him swing, and he grounds out into a force. 2 out. Hernandez on first for Gary Carter. But now Hernandez is actually going to try and steal off of the action chart. Let's see what happens. And he gets a plus. So now it's either going to be a steal or a caught stealing. And this is against Tony Pena's defense rating. He has to higher than a 4 will be a stolen base. And it's a 5. Wow, so Hernandez gets the stolen base on a 5. Only a 5 on a 6 would have been a steal. Hernandez is on second, 2 out for Carter. A chance to get a big clutch hit here. But it's a 38 column 1, and that's a ground to the third, and we remain scoreless. We're going to go bottom 6, R.J. Reynolds leading off against Gooden. And that's a 4 and a strikeout in column 2. 1 out, nobody on for Joe Orsulak. 249 hitter that year with 2 home runs. And here he walks, and I think we're going to get something on the action chart now. Yep, line D of the action chart. So let's see what happens on the action chart. And again, it's a plus sign, so this is either going to be a steal or a caught stealing against Gary Carter's defensive rating of 3. So anything over a 3 is a stolen base. And it's a 6, so Orsulak gets into scoring position with a steal. Runner on second, 1 out for Johnny Ray. Gooden will pitch to him. And it's a ground ball to Johnson, so they'll get the second out of the inning. And runner holds at second, 2 out for Sid Bream. Gooden's going to pitch to Bream. Oh, it's a 14 column 3 and a line out to third to end the inning. Johnson again, very busy in this game. We are through 6 and we are scoreless. We go top 7 and Straw is going to bat against Rick Russell. And there's a 42 in column 2. That's a ground to short. 1 out, nobody on. Nothing happening here for either side. Only 3 hits in the game. Foster will bat against Russell. There is a 28 and a fly out to right. Reynolds makes the catch. 2 outs, nobody on for Howard Johnson. He does have some home run power. Hit 10 that year. Hit more later in his career. But he grounds to short. And that is it in the 7th. We're going to go bottom 7th. Steve Kemp's going to bat against Dwight Gooden, and he's going to walk. So a walk to Kemp. And again, he's going to try and steal. This is just going to be a steal or a hold chance. So it has to be over 33 for steal, and it's just a 33. So he has to hold. It has to be over 33. Runner on first, nobody out for Tony Pena. And they're going to pinch hit for Tony Pena. Junior Ortiz is going to bat for Pena. Runner on first, nobody out. He's a 2 bunter, but I'm going to just play it straight up. And he is bunting. Computer likes to sacrifice, and he gets it down. I don't blame him in this scoreless game. Runner on second now, 1 out for Jim Morrison. Gooden's going to pitch to Morrison. And it's a 14 column 3 and a line out to Johnson at third. 2 out now, runner on second. Khalifa's up. Russell is on deck. Khalifa hit 185, and Gooden's going to pitch to him. And he's going to get him. Oh, no, it's a walk. That's a walk with a man on base. So that is not an out. It's going to be first and second, 2 out. Now let's see if they pinch hit for Russell. Nope, they let Russell hit, and he singles. Rick Russell singles in the first run of the game. So a walk and a single by the bottom of the order, and the pitcher gets the first RBI of the game. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Reynolds will bat first and third. And has a 12 in column 2, and that's a base hit. So this 2-out rally, it started with that walk, and Russell's hit, and now another hit, and it's 2-0 Pirates. Orsulak up. And there's a 48 column 3, and that's a base hit, righty-lefty. And it's now 3-0. They get to Gooden here in the 7th. First and third, 2 outs. Johnny Ray at the plate. He's a switch hitter. I'm going to give Gooden one more chance to get out of this inning. And there's a 46 and a strikeout. But the Pirates score 3 in the bottom of the 7th. And it's 3-0, top 8. Mets are going to have to rally to do something here. It's going to be Russell still in the game, getting that big hit against Rafael Santana. And there's a base hit. Base hit, and now we're going to have to pinch hit for Gooden. Runner on first, nobody out. And let's see who we're going to get in for Gooden. Russell's righty. So our lefty is Danny Heap, and he was a pretty good hitter, so we will pinch hit Danny Heap. Runner on first, nobody out. Up, that's a 48. Comebacker to the pitcher. And he throws the second for the force and tries for the DP. So it's got to be against Russell's defense. Over 2 is a double play. Nope, it's a 2. So Heap is able to beat the play at first. Runner on first, 1 out for Lenny Dykstra. Mets need some hits. There's a 9 in column 2 and a foul out to short. They cannot get anything going today. Up to Wally Backman. And that's a 5. And he's out at first to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. And now we're going to have to get a new pitcher. They have 2 lefties. So let's let Orozco get his first action of the year. He'll face Sid Bream, try and hold this game at 3. But he walks, Bream leading off. And now we're going to roll on line B of the action chart. So let's see what happens on the action chart. And it is a stolen base attempt. It is a stolen base actually in a possible throwing error. It's a stolen base and a possible throwing error on Carter's error rate, which is a 43. And it is over 43. It's a 65. So it's a stolen base and an error. Runner on third, nobody out. We're going to have to bring the infield in, and he's going to face Kemp. And he strikes him out. So 1 out, runner on third. Now a bunch of righties coming in. So we're going to let Orozco face Ortiz with the infield in. And there's a 27 and a single to center. It's 4-0. All Pirates here in this game. 4-0. Runner on first. Morrison up. And there's a 17 column 2. Fly to center. 2 out. See if Orozco can get out of the inning. Facing Khalifa. And he does with a strikeout. But they get an insurance run. And it's going to go 4-0. Top 9. Mets in big trouble here in opening day. Have not been able to get anything going offensively. Rick Russell is still in the game. Keith Hernandez will lead it off. And there's a double. There's a double to left. The 34 is a double. And they get the leadoff runner on. They're going to need a lot more of that. Down 4. Gary Carter. And this is a possible home run. It's going to most likely be a base hit. It's going to be either a single or a homer. It has to be 61 and higher to be an automatic home run. But it's not. It's a low number, 26. So it's just going to be a base hit. Base hit for Carter, first and third. Runner may try to score for third, and defense may try. We're going to hold the runner because we're down 4 runs. So this is not the time to get thrown out at home. First and third, nobody out for Straw. And that's a walk, I believe. So we got the bases loaded. Nobody out, down 4 runs. George Foster is gonna hit. I don't have any other lefties to pinch hit. So Foster's gonna hit. He's obviously got power. And that's a 6. That's 2 balls. With the bases loaded, it's just 2 balls. 6 in column 5 is often a walk, but not in this situation. So Foster with 2 balls is gonna swing again. And that's going to be a base hit. This is a possible home run, but only a 6 on the dice will be a home run. So 1 to 5 is a single. 6 is going to be a grand slam to tie the game. Can Foster get the 6? He gets the 6! George Foster gets the 6 on the die, and it's a grand slam to tie the game at 4. Oh, wow, what a top of the 9th. The Mets score 4 and chase Rick Russell. It was only a 1 in 6 chance to get that 6 on the die, and Foster gets it. So nobody out. Mets tie the game, and Howard Johnson is going to ground out to Sid Bream, 1 out. So they come all the way back to tie it on a grand slam in the top of the 9th. Now Santana... this is Guante is an extreme, he's an extreme fly ball pitcher, so that column 4 became a column 6, and Santana got on base. So now we're going to have to pinch hit. Runner on first, 1 out. We don't have any lefties. We got Ray Knight, though. I think we'll pinch hit now. We also have Kevin Mitchell. Let's go with Ray Knight. We're going to go with Ray Knight pinch hitting. Runner on first, 1 out. Cecilio Guante on the mound. Ray Knight at the plate. Mets have tied it here in the 9th. And there's an 18 in column 5 and an infield single for Knight. Mets are not done yet. First and second, 1 out. And we get an action chart reading. So let's see what that's going to be. It's a possible pickoff. Wow, the lead runner has a chance to be picked off. It has to be higher than a 3 for him to be safe. And he is safe. Wow. That would have been disastrous base running. But he doesn't get picked off. First and second, 1 out, and Dykstra will bat against Guante. And this is a possible error on Khalifa, 14 in column 4. Khalifa is a 34. Anything over a 34 is an error. And it's a 64. Can you believe this inning? Holy cow, the bases are loaded with 1 out for Backman. Infield is brought in, bases loaded, 1 out. Mets trying to come all the way back to take the lead. Let's see what happens here. Wally Backman swings, and it's a 13 in column 3 and a line out to short. Oh, he hit it hard, but Khalifa was able to get it, and it's now 2 outs for Keith Hernandez. Can Keith Hernandez come up with a big clutch hit for the Mets? And that is a 22 in column 4, and that is, I think, going to be a base hit off the fielder's glove. Keith Hernandez drives in 2 with a clutch single. The Mets have scored 6 here in the top of the 9th to take a 6-4 lead. Oh, wow. Keith Hernandez with a huge clutch hit. And now Gary Carter will bat with first and second, 2 out. And that's a grounder. That's going to end the inning. But the Mets score 6 in the top of the 9th. They come into the 9th down 4-0. They go into the bottom of the 9th leading 6-4. We're going to bring in Roger McDowell to try and save it. And I'm sure Guante should be pinch hit for. And there we go. They're going to pinch hit. Barry Bonds gets his first at-bat of the year. Wasn't in the starting lineup. And that's going to be an out. That's a ground out to third. The Mets are 2 outs away from an amazing win. The amazing Mets with an incredible comeback here. And Reynolds pops the third. Pirates down to their last out. It's going to be Joe Orsulak against Roger McDowell. Oh, nope, they're going to pinch hit. Pinch hitting. And they're going to bring in Mike Diaz. A little bit of a weird move. They pinch hit the right-hander for the left-hander. And that's a 59. That's a possible rare play. We're going to have to roll 1 die. But nope, a 6 is not a rare play. It's just a dribbler back to the pitcher. So now we're going to have to go roll against Mike Diaz's speed. His speed is a 3. So anything over 3 is out. Nope, 1 is an infield single. So Mike Diaz keeps it going. The Pirates get the tying run to the plate, and it's Johnny Ray. Did hit 7 home runs. So this game's not over yet. Let's see what happens. McDowell to Johnny Ray. And that's a 65 in column 3. First and third, a base hit. A base hit for Ray puts runners on the corners with 2 out. Now Sid Bream with a chance. The pitch to Bream. And now we're going to get a shaded column 3. This is going to be a new number in column 3. And if it's a 25 or higher, it's a base hit. And it's a 66. That is a base hit. The Pirates have cut the lead to 6-5. 2 outs. Ray goes to third. Steve Kemp is up. Gotta leave McDowell in. Give him a chance to save it. But Steve Kemp with a chance to be a hero for the Pirates. First and third, 2 out. Here's the pitch. And it's a 22 in column 5 and a walk. The bases are loaded. Is there any action on the action chart in this? There is. There's also an action chart roll. Let's see. It could be a wild pitch. Wild pitch for McDowell is a 3. Anything over a 3 in this game is tied. And it's a 5. Holy cow. Roger McDowell wild pitches the tying run in. And after the Mets score 6 in the top of the 9th, the Pirates tie it in the bottom of the 9th. What a game. Now it's second and third, 2 out. Ortiz is up. He hit 336. Maybe we walk him and face Morrison. I think I'm going to walk him. His run doesn't mean anything. Bases loaded, 2 out. And we're going to let McDowell face Morrison. Let's see if Morrison's going to hit or pinch hit. And there's a 20 in column 2, and he flew out to right. So that does end the inning. But we go tied, 6-6, top 10. What a crazy 9th inning. Guante is out. Pat Clements is coming in. Strawberry is going to lead off. We have a tie game. And that's a 33. He just missed the double. Liner to left. One out. George Foster hit the granny. Looked like he was going to be the hero, but he's going to have to do it again now. And this is a possible hit. We're going to roll on the umpire chart, but only 1 and 6 will be a base hit. And that's a 5. That's an out. 2 out, nobody on for Howard Johnson. And that's a ground out. So the Pirates are going to have a chance to walk this off in the bottom of the 10th. And let's see, McDowell is still on his A grades. Let's see how we're looking in the pen. We have Ed Lynch. Neiman was a 1.57 whip, and then there's all their starters. So this is a real problem right now for the Mets. We're going to let McDowell stay in. He's going to pitch to Khalifa, and he strikes him out. 1 out. See if Clements hits or if they pinch hit. Yep, they're pinch hitting. It's going to be Mike Brown. Mike C. Brown. And it's 38, and that's a ground at a third. 2 out. And we might be looking at the 11th inning. Reynolds in the top of the order. There's a 29 column 5, fly to center, and we are going to the 11th. Top of the 11th inning. 6-6. Let's see who comes in. Don Robinson comes in. And he's a pretty good pitcher for Pittsburgh. Rafael Santana up. And that's a strikeout. And we're going to now have to pinch hit for McDowell. He was going to have to come out anyway. And I guess we'll go with Kevin Mitchell. Kevin Mitchell's got home run power. Let's see if he can get a hold of one. Nope, he struck him out. 2 out. All the Mets runs were scored in the 9th. Otherwise, they've been shut out. Lenny Dykstra. And that's a ground out. So once again, the Pirates are going to get a chance to walk this off. And now I need a new pitcher. And I'm not liking my options. Doesn't look like Lynch did much relieving, but he's a much better pitcher than Neiman's 1.57. He actually did a lot more relieving. Lynch only pitched 1 inning. I'm going to have to go with Neiman. It feels unfair to use Lynch. He only pitched he pitched 11 games in relief. I don't know if he pitched a lot. All right, we'll go with Lynch. He's the better pitcher. Lee Mazzilli for Pittsburgh. And that's a strikeout. 1 out. Lynch started 13, relieved 11. Johnny Ray, and that's a fly out to left. 2 out. And Sid Bream. That is going to be a possible rare play. And it is going to be a rare play. So we're going to roll 2 dice on the rare play chart for bases empty. Straw gets a late break. Roll against his error rating. And home field advantage, we subtract 10 from his error rating. So it's down to a 25. And it's still not an error. We get a 12. So that's going to end the 11th. So we go top 12. Wally Backman's going to lead it off against Don Robinson. And this is going to be something. Yep, that is a base hit. A single for Backman. Runner on first, nobody out. Hernandez is going to swing. And that's a ground ball double play. Second to first double play. 2 out, nobody on. Gary Carter. And that is a strikeout in column 5. So we go bottom 12, 6-6. What a game. Ed Lynch will lead it off. Ed Lynch will face Steve Kemp leading off here. And that's a strikeout. 1 out. So 1 out, nobody on. Ortiz up. And that's a 27 in column 2 and a ground out. 2 out. I have no idea if Ed Lynch was available on opening day or not, but he's in this game. And there's Howard Johnson, grounder to third. And that was a quick inning. We go top 13, Darryl Strawberry facing Don Robinson. And there's an 18 in column 2 and a fly out to left, 1 out. Brings up George Foster. And that's a grounder to short, 2 out. Top of the 13th, Howard Johnson. 24 column 5, that's a walk. And it's an action chart roll as well. So there's a chance he can get into scoring position. And it's a wild pitch roll, and he has a 0 for a wild pitch, so that should be a wild pitch. Anything over a 0. So he's on second, in scoring position with 2 out. Rafael Santana is going to hit. I don't have much left on my bench. I mean, I got Timmy Tuffle. 247. He's a boy. Defensively though, he's got an 11 error rating. I'm gonna leave Santana in. I'm gonna give Santana a chance to get a clutch hit. And he flies out to left as Don Robinson was on his B grades, but it didn't help. So we're going bottom 13. Lynch is still out there. Khalifa is going to lead it off, and there's a new number in column 3, and this is going to be a base hit because we're using Ed Lynch's has a 5 in his column. So anything other than an 11 to 14 is a hit. Oh, we got the 11. Oh, man. 11 to 13. There was only 4 numbers that were outs, and somehow we landed on him. If Robinson's going to get pinch hit for because he was done as a pitcher anyway. UL Washington. And there's a walk. Walks Washington with 1 out. You don't want to do that. Reynolds comes up top of the order as the Pirates try and walk it off, and this is going to be a problem. This is at least a 10. This is going to be a base hit unless it's 55 or higher, where it could be a home run. It's 14, base hit. So let's see where Washington goes. He stops at second. First and second, 1 out from Mazzilli. Oh, that's a 6. That could be a double play, and it is. Oh, we got to roll on the pivot chart because it's a 6. That's right. On 6s and 7s in column 4, you have to roll on the pivot chart against Wally Backman's defensive rating. Has to be lower than a 4, it looks like, and it's a 2. Got him. So the double play ends the inning. Top of the 14th. Let's see who pitches now. Larry McWilliams comes in. He had a 1.46 whip and a 5 ERA. Problem with pinch hitting for Lynch is that I'm going to have to put Neiman in the game. Oh boy. I'm going to let Lynch hit because I don't want to take him out of the game. I'm running out of pitchers. And he strikes out, 1 out. Lenny Dykstra. He is going to pop up, 2 out, nobody on. Wally Backman. Oh, and Wally Backman gets a hold of one. If it's a 6, it's a home run. Otherwise, it's just a long single. Foster got the 6 for the granny. Can Backman get it? No, he gets a 1. Base hit. Runner on first with 2 out, and he's going to try and steal second. This would be big if he can get into scoring position. Anything over a 46, and it's a 62. Big steal for Backman. Runner on second. 2 out. If Hernandez, he had a big hit earlier in the game, and he has a chance to get a big hit again here, lefty-lefty against McWilliams. And he might get it. This is going to be a new raised number in column 2. If it's higher than a 2, it's going to be a base hit. So here, only 1s and 2s. That goes from 11 to 35. So 36 and up's a base hit. And it's a base hit, 46. And the run comes in. So a huge hit. Hernandez's second clutch hit of the game. It's now 7-6 Mets. Runner on first. 2 out. Mets regain the lead again. Gary Carter. And that's a double. That's a double to right. Let's see if Hernandez can score. We're going to probably do the third base coach. Yeah, we're going to check the third base coach. Oh, and he's out. They threw him out at home. Right field to catcher. Reynolds. And Wright throws out Hernandez to cut off the insurance run. So now we go bottom 14. Now we got trouble because Ed Lynch is on his B grades. Now if I take Lynch out, everyone is basically a starter. Aguilera. Didn't Rick Aguilera do some relief? Boy, I feel like I'm almost starting to cheat now using some of these guys, but I hate to put Neiman in this game with a 1.57 whip. Rick Aguilera did some relief work, and we're going to use Rick Aguilera. See if he can get the Mets through the 14th. Johnny Ray. Oh, that's a 12 in column 1 and a base hit up the middle, and he's going to try and steal second. The good news is it's a plus sign. So on the plus signs, you can also be... oh, no, they called it off, I guess. It was a plus sign, but you can call it off when you're trailing. So he's not going to try and steal. It's probably a good call to hold him at first. Sid Bream is up. Oh, dear. A bunt against Howard Johnson at third. And it's a sack, so it works. Runner on second, 1 out. Tying run again is at second base. Steve Kemp. Oh, struck him out. So the Pirates are down to their last out. Ray is on second. Junior Ortiz at the plate against Rick Aguilera. And that's a base hit. Oh, do you believe this? The game is tied again. Junior Ortiz singles, and it's 7-7. Runner on second, 2 out for Morrison. They can win it now. And it's a 30 in column 5 and a fly to center. Can you believe we're going to the 15th inning? Oh boy, this game doesn't want to end. Top of the 15th, and McWilliams will face Strawberry. And that's a strikeout, 1 out. Mets need George Foster to pop one. They're going to change pitchers to Barry Jones. Barry Jones is coming in, and he was pretty good, 2.89 ERA. And he strikes out Straw. 2 outs. And that brings up Howard Johnson. There's a 33 in column 6, a pop to second. Pirates are going to have a chance to win it now. Bottom 15, Rick Aguilera is pitching. Sammy Khalifa is at the plate, and he strikes out. 1 out. Bottom of the order. Let's see what they do with Jones. I don't know how many pitchers they have left. Yeah, they're pinch hitting for Jones. They got to be going through their whole bullpen. Billy Allman. And that's a possible error on Backman. 42 or higher, and it's an error. 2-base error. A 2-base error on Backman. The winning run is on second with 1 out. Reynolds, Mazzilli, and Ray are all switch hitters. Gonna just pitch to Reynolds. And he struck him out. 2 out. 2 out, runner on second for Lee Mazzilli. And he hit him. That run doesn't mean anything, though. First and second, 2 out. And Johnny Ray's going to get a chance. And a 22, column 1 is a line drive single, and that is going to probably win the game. We're going to see if there's an error on Strawberry. Anything over a 35. Oh, it's a 32. Not higher. So the runner stops at third. Bases loaded, 2 out for Sid Bream. Oh, and it's a 60 in column 3. This is going to be a possible rare play. A 1 is a foul ball possibility. 3 and 5 rare play. Even numbers 2, 4, and 6 is just a dribbler to the mound. And it's a 2. So it is a dribbler to the mound. Now we got to see if he can retire anyone. He's going to roll against the batter's speed. It's anything over a 3 is an out. And it's a 6. Wow. He got out of the inning. We're going to the 16th. Let's see who they got left. It's going to be Jim Wynn, 1.4 whip, 3.58 ERA. Santana, and now I'm going to have another problem. Santana, that's a 20. That's an umpire roll. He's going to need a 1 or a 6 for a hit, and he's out. Aguilera is up. I have very little left in the pen. I don't know how much he has left on his A-grades. I'm going to let him hit. I don't know who I have left that I want to bring into this game. Short fly to right, 2 out. I also don't have that much left in my on my bench. Dykstra up. And this is a possible home run. He's going to need it to be a 55 or higher to be a homer. 43 to 54 is a possible homer. Nope, base hit on a low number. So they couldn't get the big hit, the big home run hit there. They needed a high number. They got a low number. Runner on first for Backman. And that's strikeout. Bottom 16, unbelievably, 7-7 game. Wow. kept Aguilar in. He can still face a few batters. Kemp is going to lead it off, and he's going to ground out to Backman. 1 out. Unbelievable. Ortiz. And that's a righty out. 46. If he was a lefty, it would have been a base hit. Jim Morrison. And that's a pop out to second to end the inning. So we're going to go to the top of the 17th. Hernandez against Wynn. And that's a walk. Runner on first, nobody out. Gary Carter. 39, column 2 is a ground out. They get the out at first. Runner goes to second. Darryl Strawberry. And that's a ground out to first. Runner goes to third with 2 out. Brings up George Foster. And there's a 36, column 1's grounded to third. We go bottom 17. Tied at 7. Aguilera against Khalifa. And a grounder to third. 1 out. See if they have any pinch hitters or pitchers left. They do. Rafael Belliard. And that's going to be a possible rare play. And it's a possible foul out here. So 11 to 46 is a foul out. And it is a foul out to the catcher. 2 out. Go back to the top of the order and R.J. Reynolds. And that's a double to right. 34 in column 3. Winning run on second. 2 out for Lee Mazzilli. And Aguilera goes to his B grades. So are Aguilera's B grades better than bringing in Neiman? That's the question. It's a lefty. Mazzilli's splits are better against righties. I'm going to have to go to a Neiman and his A grades. Facing Mazzilli. And that's a walk. That's a possible walk. Does he have a raised number? Oh, he has a raised number. So we have to roll against his raised number. Over a 4 is a walk. Nope, 4, so it's only 2 balls. Neiman's raised number in column 5 saved the walk there. But that's a 9. That's going to be a base hit. And that's going to win the game for the Pirates. Lee Mazzilli, of all people, beats the Mets with a base hit in the bottom of the 17th. 8-7 Pittsburgh. What a crazy game. Pirates win at 8-7.